Dallas to take down the Marlins with smiles everywhere. The Tigers dug out in Orange. Javi Baez with a home run to left to double the lead and finish off the pitch in game number 1 of the 3-game series. Tigers baseball and Detroit Sportsnet is presented by Bet365 on the Hill today. Casey Mize, just happy to have the sun out.
Hey, Nathan, what's up, man? What's up? Hello, Marlins family. How you doing? Hey, Miles, what is up? Hey, hello, Brody. Hey, hello, Blurt. Hey, hello, Terrell. I need to take time off. So I took time off to recuperate. Not all here. I don't know. Hard to say.
Sportsnet is presented by Bet365, where winning is everything. By McDonald's in Michigan, get a $5 McChicken meal today. And by Rally House, Michigan. Sports City, it's your house. It's the Rally House. Kevin McGonigal last night, part of a strong defensive effort for the Tigers. Double play turn, Nader Montero, but the McGonigal play was the gem. And it's one that he's seen other people do before, so he just went and did it.
Yeah, it's just, seeing Jeter do it. So it's like, the big defensive play that you dream of. So I never had the opportunity, I feel like, to really make that play. And finally got the opportunity today to do it. And it was just, really, really cool to get that done.
Let's go places. The Detroit Tigers are now streaming on Fubo. Watch live Tigers games all season long. Streaming live on all your devices. Plus, over 350 top channels. Start watching at FuboTV.com. These days, prices are going up all over. You have to stretch every dollar. That's why Walmart is stretching out your payments with 82 months, 0% interest, plus half off every window. Stretching out your payment means more money in your pocket. And Walmart's energy-efficient windows means lower heating and cooling costs. This never-before offer, 82 months, 0% interest, will never come again. From your place for affordable quality, Walmart. Save up to $50 on select AK battery tools. Shop in store or online. All-Sears match check is 57 times better than the national average.
Hey, Joshua, what's up, guy? Good afternoon.
It's just a great way to see your money grow. Start earning more today with MLB's 1.00% APY match checking account.
For the Garcias, we're the Vandermolens. I'm Sharita, and I love banking here.
Tigers baseball is presented by Tiger Law. Game number 2 of a 6-game homestand. The sun is out. The real feel. I'll get that real because it's the 63 degrees. We're just going to pretend it's a little bit warmer today because it looks like it should be 65 or 70. Yeah, that little breeze kind of coming right in our face, I think. That's that real feel.
Casey Mize is
Casey Mize on the hill here.
pitching for the Tigers today.
He is presented by Wolfside Windows and a great on-field look at him right there as he warms up. Yeah, Casey had one of the best starts of his career in Arizona, going 6 innings, allowing just 1 run and striking out 9. And it was that split fingers we talked about. He had 17 swings and 9 misses on that patented split. In Minnesota, Casey had just 9. He couldn't get him to swing the bat, tempt of it all with just 3 misses. Hopefully today will be different. He'll face this starting lineup for the Miami Marlins, who open play today at 8-6 after the loss yesterday. OPS plus, the average is 100. See how many guys in that lineup are over 100? Edwards 189, Casey 173. The Tigers held the Marlins pretty quiet yesterday offensively with a grand total of 2 hits. Starting defense for the Tigers brought to you by Marygrove Awnings. Matt Merrill in center field after Javi got the start yesterday. Carpenter and Harris blanket. Pete McGonigal for Kinstry and Torrent. And Dylan Ziegler is the catcher. Tigers are going with the double back middle infield today with McGonigal and Kinstry. And we are just about ready for action. A lot of people here with their hockey jerseys on a hockey giveaway day. We play later on at 5 o'clock. Logan Reaver will be taking a private helicopter. The 3 blocks to Little Caesars Arena. Yeah, a lot of Red Wing jerseys in the stands, and yeah, that's kind of nice. They bounce back and forth. Perfect. Yeah, go to both. Enjoy your day. That's somebody's Christmas success.
Yeah, that's right.
8-2, big win, big game for them. Big game. First one here for the Tigers. We are underway. It is ball 1.
Underway at Call America.
Jacob Marcy, who went over the stairs, who was basically the POV camera for the bat coming out of the dugout. 2-2 for Marcy. Casey drops it in.
I'm feeling good.
Strike 3, 1 away.
What away
Boy, just
for the Marlins.
he's going to drop that split finger in. Nope, he comes back with that backdoor slider and just catches that outside part of the plate. Casey knew it as soon as he let go of it, too. He said, yeah, that one felt good. He knew it right away. That's a good feeling for a pitcher. You can tell by the leg kick, huh? And the follow through, yeah. That's about halfway there. Xavier Edwards hits this sky high, and McGonigal at shortstop makes the catch.
Out number 2.
Now, the Marlins were extremely aggressive at the plate last night. They were first pitch yesterday. surprising when you look at some of their stats, their overall numbers. But Peter Montero was throwing a lot of fastballs. We'll see if Casey Mize does the same.
Am I sure? Yeah, sir. I got my medication yesterday. One of them. Now I got to get my other one Monday. Where that one costs us about what, $300.
Just before the deadline in 2024, the Tigers with a roster crunch exposed him to the Rule 5 draft at the end of 2024. And then he was selected in that Rule 5 draft by the Marlins. He was Double-A Erie briefly in the summer of 24. Off to a good start. It had a good year last year for him, too.
Yeah, anybody wants to help out? There's my cash app. Need to scrunch up about 300. I need 383.56. Yeah, I need 300 and I need 383.56. So I can get my medication.
The jump baller for the Marlins. Never heard it before again. I never heard it. He's coming off a good outing in Cincinnati, going 7 1/3 innings, allowing just 2 runs. I see an uptick in that velocity. Dropped his arm slot a little bit. Oh, look, we have a pitch count issue before the first inning. It's a first inning pitch count issue. This is what happens when you give fish electronics. They go into the water with the shorts out, and then suddenly say, well, why didn't we make a version that was waterproof? You know what, though? I'm just thinking, is always the visiting team in the first inning, though? Well, it's definitely always the Marlins. But like the Tigers had it in Arizona, in Minnesota. I think of San Diego. Maybe it is. First inning visitor pitch count issue. A frequency issue. What's the frequency? We do have your top 3 fish waiting in the wings. Maybe it's the time to do it. It takes a little bit longer. But again, you know what? Why do you get fish electronic devices? First pitch. Downstairs. Glad they figured out the pitch count.
Hey, Gunther. What's up? Yeah, base hit. A leadoff double by McGonagall.
Now, just like last night, fastball, that one right down the middle, and lay off that other stuff. Look for that fastball and do damage on it. Get McGonagall again.
Yeah, McGonagall just got a hit, people.
Good start here for the Tigers. Wencel Perez looking for his first hit of the year as McGonagall torched that baseball. That's his sixth double already.
Now Wencel Perez is up.
First pitch ball on a curve from Jansen Junk. If you look at the
They called him up because of the injury to their star outfielder.
Such a really good hitter, you know those home runs are going to come, and he's going to get to the point where he's going to start taking shots.
That's down low.
What do you like most about his swing? I know you watched the game from the mound for the most part, but what do you
That 2-2 count. Perez.
I mean, he just tracks the ball so well right from the pitcher's hand. You don't see him take it uncomfortable.
We're at the bottom of the first inning. All right, McGonagall takes third on a 1 out. Yeah, no. Now Colt Keith's batting now for the Tigers. That base hit. Hey, Bigfoot, what's up? That sure is a lot of money for. Well, yeah, no.
The sprint speed leaderboard exists online. Anybody can look at it, right? So it's calculated in such a way to take kind of your.
No, I don't. I don't have any.
But if you look at so far this year, sprint speeds on the Tigers.
The only way I could get it if I had a job. I never had a job. That's the only way they'll help me pay for it. Yeah, I'm thinking about it. No, it's not. It's not. Dude. When insurance doesn't cover it, it's going to cost a lot. Got to understand that. It's the best on the market. That's why.
Down the road in Lansing with the Buckeyes, the Blue Jays farm, and they were a Blue Jays farm club at the time. In 2019, he had 324 with that Toronto team in Lansing. The fly ball on the left, he hit it pretty well.
Oh, off the glove of Carpenter. Now Lopez gets on base. Oh, right out of his glove.
Skies it for center. Nearly is underneath. Lopez tacks for third, and he is in there. You know, Casey last night was very patient. You know, he was not swinging at first pitches. I mean, he was being very, very selective. And, you know, right there, Casey, instead of throwing a first pitch fastball, thinking that, okay, he's going to be real selective, wasn't falling for it. Just said, you know, I'm going to start him off with a slider, and probably a good thing. Got that fly ball into center field, but you know, a lot of times they'll kind of set you up a little bit. The hitters will and just say, okay, I'm going to be a little selective, thinking that you're going to throw a first pitch fastball right down the middle of the plate. With that being comes in.
Yeah, come on, other people, help out.
Too far inside to Norby, who was doubled off of first last night after one of the two Marlin hits. Close to his body as well, 2-0. Marlins offense, fifth in slugging, even after a two-hit affair yesterday in game number 14. You had a two-hit game in your first 2 weeks. As a team, usually that's a shock to your system. You go for the top 10, like, what is it? Or said they're still fifth in slugging, fifth in average after a two-hit day. And to me, it just tells you how good Cater was, but also that bullpen of the Tigers. And again, Jansen on the back end. Herb was really good. That was one of his best hitting teams this year, too.
Right there. With everybody in here, we can do it.
Wait a minute, saw a fastball 3-2. You said it early. Casey wasn't getting the swing and miss in the cold in Minneapolis. But yeah, he wasn't as loose, but you can see, look at the finish with that right leg from Casey. He tried to get a little extra, saying, you know what, I'm giving you a fastball, and he threw the heck out of that one. And that one, too, that splitter times away from Norby. What a comeback from Mize. How about, do you think he's got confidence in it today to throw it 3-2? If you asked him to make a 3-2 finger pitch in Minnesota, no way. But watch where the split finger starts, almost in line, perfect line with where that fastball was on the 3-1. That's right where, look at the downward action, right over the top of it. That is just an evil two-pitch sequence for anybody. But just, I mean, to make that pitch 3-2 after his last start not being able to command that.
Yeah, it's a job if I had people watch me.
Slider faded 2-0. Boy, just, you know, as a pitcher, you know that with a runner on third, less than 2 outs, infield in, you're trying to get that strikeout. How can I get a strikeout? Casey went up at it a little different, ball behind 3-0, but he still got it. Quite liked it so much last
Well, top of the second. Tigers lead the Marlins 2-0. That Cole Keith got under that one. Wow. Marlins go out in order here. At the top of the second. Here comes the Tigers, the bat in the bottom of the second. Tigers lead the Marlins 2-0. Why don't they start their own channel? And that's all I got to say. Do you know who? No, I don't even know who you're talking about. Who the hell is he? Who is Palm Beach Pete? Who the hell is that? Oh, Brody, who the hell is that? You're bringing up somebody. Who the fuck is it? Very rich guy. I'm sure he's not rich like what's his name? Like Mr. Beast. All right, Tigers got a man on with nobody out here at the bottom of the third inning. Hey.
And then the rest will be done. That's right. Tim went a lot. So I'm gonna miss by the kids triggered thrown up a junk pile. I mean, having a last name that rhymes with spaghetti, I understand it. I empathize. Well, I don't land before time comes out of your toes. Tapper right at the batting at second base, and for Lopez, that is pitch in a barrel. 2 down, and here's a message from Tiger Law.
Now I feel a lot better.
If you've been injured in a motorcycle crash, make Tiger Law your first call. Tiger Law. All we do is win. Thanks for joining us today with Daniela Bruce, who's trying to stay as far away from this conversation as possible. Dan, I'm Jason Benetti. Don't include me in this. Daniela, Matt Beerling takes a strike. Daniela evidently has something on Zach McKinstry next time he comes up to the plate, so we'll tease that. That we hope doesn't go cutting room floor today.
I was gonna try to jump in and save our audience, but
You gotta.
there was no stopping you.
Hey, when the music stops, you're gonna find a chair fast. 1-1 to Beerling.
Yeah, Matt Beerling's up to bat.
Swing and a miss. That's that sweeper. It kind of had a mind of its own there. Generally try to get those on the outside part of the plate.
Man, what happened? I want MLT to send me some of this black can of mellow yellow. Sugar free. I mean, 0 sugar. Mellow yellow.
Way outside, 2-2. I mean, Matt, with all the injury stuff last year, 31 games, didn't play a whole lot. Then he comes out of spring training. There are no left-handed starters against the Tigers so far. So he has been on the bench more often than not, coming in as a pinch hitter. That's the ladder there to foul away. And that's why in the early going like this, you've got to keep everybody sharp. And there's times that you don't want to take somebody out or give somebody a rest, but you've got to keep everybody sharp, get their at-bats. It's a lot different in the regular season than spring training. I mean, when you've got your face in the rest now. Yeah, it goes from not mattering at all result-wise to every game counts. We saw it last year. I mean, what the Tigers would have given for 3 more wins down the stretch, right? Completely flips your fate in the division. Of course, they ended up knocking Cleveland off in the wild card round anyway. That's up the middle off the end of the bat to second, and Edwards closes out this rollicking second inning. 2-0 Tigers after 2.
No, they don't have it there.
Weekends begin with $5 Fridays. Be at Comerica Park Friday, May the 1st, when the Tigers take on the Texas Rangers. As soon as those gates open, 16-ounce beers will be $5 through the end of the third inning. Tigers.com/party to learn more. That little one playing What's in the Bag. We got headphones. Same color as them. I mean, keep those loud noises, the startle. Yeah. There's that picture from the Super Bowl, remember, where this kind of became in vogue when Drew Brees had his kid after the Super Bowl and had the headphones on. They had that iconic picture of Drew after the Super Bowl. It's a little bit of a struggle to put them on, though. Same with that. Trying to get the fit there. Chopper up the middle. That's the backhand side for Z-Back, and he can't find the ears on it.
Ah!
Heriberto Hernandez is on the leadoff the third. Yeah, that might have been a close play over at first base. Exactly, we had to really rush. That might have been why it was bobbled, but how far he is over on the other side of second base, the shortstop side. Comes up with it and just knows that he has to really rush that throw going away from first base. It was going to be close. Hernandez on Marcy again. Pounces at the first pitch. He's been highly aggressive in this series. Central Michigan, Chippewa, just like our 18 today. Two strikes on Marcy. Got McKinstry at second. You have Marcy at the plate. You have Jason Disick in the truck. This is a Central Michigan alumni convention. It's a quorum. 0-2 on Marcy. Hernandez dancing around over there trying to take the time, Casey.
Come on, Casey. That's up high. 1-2 now on the Marlins batter.
Basically, 1 out of every 5 off his bat is a ground ball. Struck out in the first. That's a big lead. Then Hernandez spun his wheel.
Ah, got him looking.
Everybody was caught in between on that one pitch.
They got out number 1.
Yeah, just dancing around over there too. In case he just stayed nice and calm, bouncing, trying to get that good jump. And then again, Marcy taken by surprise with that for Hernandez.
A stolen base by Hernandez.
He had about 2 chances when Marcy was at bat, when he was really taking that hop over there at first base. Finally timed it up just perfect. Had that walking lead and really a good jump. And Dylan Bigler was really good at throwing base runners out, had no shot. Ground ball to first. That's Torrey sweeping it up. He'll run to the bag. That moves Hernandez to third.
Hernandez moves to third with 2 outs.
Marlins this series with anybody on base down there in Inland. 0 for 13. They were 4th in baseball entering the series. That early season numbers can be so volatile, and that is a perfect example of it. It's also a credit to Mize and Montero and the Tigers bullpen for when there has been any trouble on the bases. It has subsided fast. And that's you've got to be able to pitch out of trouble. Because you know that there's going to be base runners, especially with an offense like this. But you got to continue to focus on that hitter. How about that Tennessee Raven wicket? Yeah, this is a little interesting here. We'll see. It's 0-2 again. The last time up, he got that swerve that was in the middle of the plate and lined it into center field. See if he stays with the fastball this time, goes up.
Yeah, that's exactly how you're thinking about it. Is how he's thinking about it.
Just I think as he swung through those other fastballs, and they may have sped his bat up a little bit the first time. If you're going to throw that slider, you got to bury it down and away.
Now what on 2-2 is the question here. 2 fastballs out of the zone.
And he hasn't seen that split finger. Well, no, he did on the first pitch. You could go back to that. You showed him 2 fastballs up. You could go to that split finger.
Swing and a miss on another.
That swing and a miss. Got him. Wow.
He went to the well again.
Just love that he wasn't going to.
Marlins go down in order but leave a man stranded.
The fastball out of the inning.
Moving to the bottom of the third. Tigers lead the Marlins 2-0.
We wait for our clients because we work as a team. We're homegrown. Trial lawyers, we don't leave anything on the table. Tiger Law. All we do is win. This spring, get your landscape back in shape and fit for the whole family. Save on legendary seal equipment. Shop in store and online.
This spring, start something new with incredible offers from your Southeast Michigan Ford dealers during the Drive into Spring sales event happening now. Check out the 2026 Ford Explorer, America's all-time best-selling SUV with features like a 13.2-inch center display and seating up to 7. AC Plan customers can lease a Ford Explorer Active for only $399 a month for 24 months. Drive off in a 2026 Ford Explorer for $399 a month. Only at your Southeast Michigan Ford dealers.
Tiger Law knows what it takes to win. Teamwork, hard work, grit, and sacrifice.
Hey, you can watch the game on Detroit Sportsnet, a new Tiger outlet. Watch the Tigers and Red Wings. It's called Detroit Sportsnet. You can watch the game there, idiot. I don't have a goddamn contract, so buzz up, bucko.
So they're going to put all the ad-libs on the paper now. So we're satisfied. So I know you appreciate Fort Chips as much as the next guy. I do. 1-1. Josh foul left side.
They're starting McGonigal off with 2 curveballs because he smoked them.
McGonigal, is that bat?
And then right there, and he comes back with another fastball. He has another line drive just foul. See if he just stays with that curveball or something off speed again because he seems to be all over that 4-seam fastball from John.
That was off, not in here in the strike zone. 2-2.
And there, he has to be about what's impressive. See how he just takes that so easy? I mean, it's just not even, doesn't even flinch.
That one too. Yeah, it's a fastball in. Stay in with it.
But yeah, kind of close to the strike zone and just kind of follows it right in.
3-2. And it takes ball 4. It's a slide.
Watch them.
That is nice for Kevin McGonigal to lead off one because Wetzel Perez comes up. We say hello to Daniela Bruce. Hi, Daniela.
Hi, Jason. I'm glad the jump talk is over in this inning. But great work up there, as always. Wetzel Perez was sent to AAA Toledo to start this season. And the day that he did,
went down to AAA and hit the ball well. Yeah.
Exactly, yeah. Kept going in AAA, continued the success. And I asked Wenzel, was there some motivation behind that? Was that a reaction to the news? And he laughed and said, I think it was a little bit of that, but also just figuring it out at the plate. He said he had to start his swing a little bit earlier, start his timing and timing up with the pitchers just a little earlier. And that happened to be the moment that it clicked. But it gave him a lot of positive energy going to Toledo because he said he felt like he found it. He would be able to continue that there and knew that he'd be ready to go when this day came and he was called up to Detroit.
It's happened now a couple times for the past 2 years. Right? 2024, he shows up because of the early injury to Gio Urshela, and then he sticks and stays. And now with the pretty significant injury, it seems like to Parker Meadows, there's an opportunity. But to Daniela's point, the Tigers have done a great job the past few years making sure that players in AAA and even AA, if need be, feel like they are a part of what can happen out here, and they have paid that off with roster moves. And they give a lot of credit to the player too, because they put down a mold a little bit too, you know, and you've got to take it the right way. It used to be just you know, it crushed you when you were sent down, and you had to quickly get over it, but it took a lot of time sometimes. And you know, with the right message, just saying, hey, you know, we're going to be right back up here. Just go down and figure things out. It's a little bit easier just one level down rather than trying to figure out how here this level. That's a strike 3 and 2 on a fastball. And players now know why roster moves get made. Like sometimes it's not just performance. Guys have options other than film. 3 and 2. Wenzel hits that ball in the air on the infield, foul territory. Did you see the homer from Bryce Rayner last night? This is Chevy's strongest player. This thing in Lakeland is over the batter's eye. I mean, that ball went 477 in Lakeland against the Daytona Tortugas. It was gone, like literally just disappeared. Their fielder was looking over at the left fielder like, what the heck was that? How far that one went. It's good to see him back and healthy. Yes, yeah, 412 would not have done it. 472 would not have done it.
Oh, yeah. I'll do.
I know baseball does want some offense in the game, but I really, you know, if they ever expand, if they ever have new ballparks, the Poland route was so fun. You know, like just have it be like 480 in center field. See what happens. Yes. Yeah. I'm sure that the man doesn't matter for you. And for me, well, no. For your pitchers. For you. And you want to see me. 0-2. That's a ball, and Gump started walking. So the challenge from Ramirez is CBS powered by T-Mobile. This challenge is either ball 1 or strike 3. What do we have? Here it comes. Enjoy the music while you hold. It is strike 3.
Oh, strike 3. Got him.
Got him by a thread. Marlins haven't challenged a whole lot in terms of their batters, but their fielders have 18 out of 28. We saw last night that the batters were 3 out of 7. The catcher has done very well for himself in the challenge department. Ramirez strikes again on that one for strike 3 in the third. 2 down for the first off McGonigal.
We got 2 outs now for the Tigers. Again, Tigers lead the Marlins 2-0.
On the catcher Ramirez. Dylan stopped. He was starting to walk to first. The see, Ramirez kind of taken that step up to get McGonigal, and that's why I think that bat came back to hit him. Look how he's starting to creep up because he saw McGonigal running. Yeah, so Malachi Moore had it initially. The third base umpire.
Well, Tiger got a man on. 2 outs.
But Malachi Moore had it. It's a right call. There are 2 on with 2 out for the Tigers.
Well, Tigers got 2 on with 2 outs.
Yeah, that was that just check swing. Watch Ramirez kind of lean forward just a little bit as he saw McGonigal stealing second, reach that glove out to get it quicker to start his transfer. Could have been one reason, but 2 different catchers on Dylan Nickler. That's either they're both closer to the hitter or Dylan again maybe has got that bat head back behind the plate.
Fouls it off.
Either way, you end up extending an inning, and we'll see if Riley can jackpot this like he did an RBI single in the first. When he's swinging a slider fouled away. That's a one-hopper that gets away from Ramirez. He got totally handcuffed. And the Tigers have second and third with 2 out.
All right, Tigers got runners at the corner. Second and third with 2 outs.
And this one he was spikes it. Did not want to leave that one up. A very difficult pitch for Ramirez to block. Just kind of spike right in front of that, right in front of the plate. Right under the right arm of Ramirez. Now right comes up with a big 2 out yet. He's 7 to stay alive. That's a better changeup. That one had good downward action, lower in the strike zone. The one that Riley hit the first time up did not have that downward movement. Just kind of hung right there and felt high. That has a really good sharp dive.
He pops it up.
That on a curveball. Riley Green, last 5 games, and 6 baseballs, pretty well stung, 100 plus. 4 of the hardest most recent hits have been base hits.
He fouls it off.
Pitches in this sequence. Number 10 coming.
Riley Green gets a hold of one. And it's gone. Home run by Riley Green. Tigers are now up 5-0 over the Marlins. Yeah.
That catcher's interference. Yeah, blew the game wide open. It sure did. Very Carpenter tomahawks this ball foul. Just extended that.
That Kerry Carpenter tomahawks that ball.
And Riley Green wanted that bat. And the more he puts on tape that he hit the high fastball and power, that was in the top third of the zone. And really, he has got no answer for him. He tried a little bit of everything.
Another hit by the Tigers.
This is a 30-pitch inning. About half of them have come after the interference, and the Tigers are still rolling. Yeah, right now they just seem to be just about on everything. No matter what it is, it's just one of those bad feelings when you're out there and you're like, man, everything I'm throwing up here is getting a hit. I've got nothing to really go to in a big situation. So Daniel Moskowitz, the pitching coach, we showed you Rob Marcello yesterday calling the pitches from the bench. Daniel Moskowitz, the former Pirates farm hand, among others, goes out to talk to Jansen Young. Boy, that just has to be to give him a breather after you said 30 pitches in this inning. Just to give him a little extra breath here, just catch his breath, trying to get out of this third inning. Sort of open up the long hit, first pitch, ball 1. That's a strike on a breaking ball, 1-1 to Torkelson. Number 32 after the interference call. Foul ball called by Moore, the plate umpire. Riley Green, his first home run this year, and they tend to come in bunches. After you get that first one, too, you got to exhale a little bit. I get it. This has gone from inning to saga. Chance to jump over 70 pitches now. Carpenter at second. Swing and a miss, a rare chase from Tork. And the inning's over.
The inning's over.
Something so small.
But hey, Tigers get some more runs on Riley Green's 3-run homer. And it puts the Tigers in front now over the Marlins. 5-0 at the end of 3. I'll be back. All right.
Change happens fast. Lock in your internet price for 5 years and get online internet with same-day Wi-Fi. Xfinity. Imagine that.
I am acknowledging you. What are you talking about? You old age or what, dude? Been watching the chat. You guys are talking nonsense out here.
Some days call for light, others mean full. What about everything in between? All day IPA, the easy choice for every day. Citrusy for risk.
Well, stop talking nonsense. Why did your great granny give the money to the clean? I see that, an idiot. Oh my God. It was my mom. That did it. It was my trust money. So relax. Yeah, I wish she didn't do it, but she did, all right? Now, second and third, and nobody out for the Marlins. Got him swinging. Now, 1 up, 1 away for the Marlins here at the top of the fourth inning. All right. See you in the short. Well, Paris gets under that. Oh, Marlins get a run in. They make it 5-1 now. But now there's 2 outs, and a runner advances third base. And Torque gets the final out. Wow. Marlins, they leave a man stranded, but get a run. And that moving to the bottom of the fourth inning. Tigers now lead the Marlins 5-1. Hey, Jazz Up, what's up? Yummy. Well, enjoy it.
It's not just a deck. It's where spaces our friends fill the seats. And where summer evenings never seem to end. Where kids and dogs run barefoot all summer long. At Standout Ward, we build more than outdoor spaces. We build backdrops for memories. With durable composite materials and expert installation, your deck will last as long as the moments you make on it. Standout Ward. We install peace of mind.
So good and delicious. Ah,
Today's call, Sam, best call. We go back to a little pregame ceremony today. Both Zach McKinstry and Riley Green received their Silver Slugger Awards from the 2025 season. Zach McKinstry told me he's going to add that to his collection of baseball memorabilia that he has in his office. That sounds like it just holds all of his baseball memorabilia at this point.
Here's out number one on a pop-up to low victory saying.
And Riley Green also getting his award as well. And I was down there for the ceremony, you guys. One thing I wanted to shout out is that you saw hitting coaches Michael Bedard and Lance Watsky down there with them, and the pride beaming on their faces was so evident. They shared a bunch of hugs after the awards were presented, and I think those guys might even appreciate it more than the players sometimes because you know how much work they put in each and every season to make sure each and every player is having some success in the world.
So getting coached is one of the toughest jobs in baseball. Because there's always somebody going well, but there's always somebody struggling. Yeah, on every team, at least one. But I noticed that Daniela too, and that was such a neat ceremony for them to be able to stand there and get recognized too. Because I'm sure Riley and Zach wanted them out there to take part in that. Because hey, without these two guys, we might not have won these awards. These guys had everything to do us getting these awards. Windy Day pop up to first, and Norby makes it catch. No, he doesn't. He couldn't put it away. He had it. He dropped it. Norby could not haul it in. That wind is whipping out there, and he was in no man's land. So Norby boots it. Well, it looked like he had it all the way. He just followed it right into the glove, and it just kind of spun his glove over and fell out. He thought he had it. Yeah, watch it turn his glove. It just put this glove over it. It opened up and it just dropped right out. Brady on Norby. Well, here you go. Take advantage of it just like the catcher's interference. You get a couple more swings. I mean, for Norby there, everything went as planned except for the last moment. Swing and miss. Here now. Here's a message from the Southeast Michigan Ford dealers. AC Bike customers who traded their current vehicle get lease an F-150 XLT for only $349 a month for 36 months. Only at your Southeast Michigan Ford dealers. Two down bases empty, fourth inning on a chilly day at Comerica Park. A well-attended Tigers game despite some frigid weather. As Kevin McGonigal found the first pitch away. Yeah, this is a nice crowd. In the stands, I didn't see it. I just thought it was just one of those, hey, they're excited about this team. No, so it's deceiving because a lot of people put them on. You're not, it's been blending in because those are the giveaway right there. Oh, there we go. Okay, that's why. Like the Dan Petrie bobblehead, everything's carrying those. You can see it pretty clearly when you wear them. There's one of those. Not even for a spec, just to show what it would look like. I'd like the prototype. 2-2. He's foul away. Not 1-0, right? No. From the previous team, really shirts and hats. Okay. Yeah. I sound like AJ did my previous stuff. 2-2. Ground ball to first. That's foul. We should have one of the entire broadcast. We should have all of us together. About doing the bobblehead thing. Danielle standard. But what comes standard? With the next generation GNC terrain elevation. We choose to challenge. We challenge completely. GM employees with the current eligible leagues get this low mileage lease on this terrain elevation for $2.59 per month. We are professional grade. The Detroit Tigers are now streaming on Fubo. Watch live Tigers games all season long. Streaming live on all your devices. Plus, over 350 top channels. Start watching at FuboTV.com. Torque and Scoop, you guys are both having an incredible year. What do you guys want to share with your fans? I'd say never stop believing in yourself. Yeah, thanks for the support and the recognition by my peers for the Cy Young. What about your other shirts? We see you guys everywhere. Same thing, teamwork, perseverance. Actually, Forbes recognized us on the list for the best car insurance company in America this year. Sort of a Cy Young for car insurance. You can say that. Right. Keep your auto insurance. Drive well. Hardcore American Bank game summary. The story so far is an in-game teaching, Dan. Yeah, there's 0-2 pitch to Augustine Ramirez. And AJ corners Dylan Diggler and says, hey, tell me why you threw that 0-2 after blowing 2 fastballs by. Why'd you throw that slurve? Next time up, they got to 2 strikes. They're not going to give him anything off speed. They're going to blow that fastball right by him. And then after that inning, they got conversed again and said, there you go. That's the one. You want to be right up there high. AJ's listening right there. Like, there's always something where the Marlins, they're calling the pitches. That's one of those teaching or learning moments for everybody. Just tell me why you guys threw that 0-2 breaking ball instead of just staying with that fastball when he showed that he couldn't hit. And then everybody gives the reasoning, well, you know what, whatever the reasoning might be. And then AJ gives his point of view, and then the next at bat, they go out and just do the game plan perfectly. They get the strikeout in that second at bat of Ramirez. 2 things there. One, you see all corners. Other thing that you have this veteran pitcher, and then you have DJ and a catcher, Dylan Diggler. And then also, we've heard quite a bit that Dylan Diggler, while he's very confident in his pitch calling ability, he also looks for feedback between innings, but there is a constant, steady improvement that he's always seeking out. 3-1 just misses, and 12-4, and Hernandez is on the first walk for the Marlins today. But, Dylan Diggler could also say, well, you know what, it wasn't where I wanted to pitch. I wanted it way outside, so Casey could have made a better pitch. But I think it was more of, well, okay, I understand he could have thrown in a better spot, but why did you call that? And then if he comes up with a good reason, then AJ will say, okay, but then AJ, on the other side, says, oh, yeah, wait a minute, he couldn't get up to the fastball, and they proved it that second bat. Marcy takes another pass at another first.
Hey, what's up? What's up?
So StatCast 3D powered by Google Cloud. These are the first pitches that he's seen in this series, and he has been a free swinger early in counts and late in counts. It looks like a steady amount of those coming in too, not letting his hands get extended or making it difficult for him to get the barrel to it on the inside part of the plate. 0-2. On the ground to first, Torrance spins it to second. The return pass to first is going to be late. But the Tigers cut down the lead runner. Marcy replaces Hernandez at first, and there's one away. Yeah, Spencer Torkelson that he does so often. Watch him come get that ball so he can create a good lane. Hernandez is on the infield grass trying to cut off that lane, trying to take that ball right in the middle of his back. But Spencer Torkelson knows that Hernandez is going to do that, so he comes up, attacks that ball to give him that that really good lane to make that strong throw. Just couldn't get the speed marks. He's showing it right there, like, should I have gone slider? He's kind of showing the trajectory. I think he's talking to McGonigal. Like, should I have? Yeah, which shoulder do you want to know? I mean, yes, he does that so well. I mean, gets into that lane where those runners are doing everything they can, and Hernandez could have even went further up to the infield grass, but just here comes Edwards. They got on a splitter last time. Fastball splitter was the sequence. Remember, Montero threw him some filthy change-ups yesterday, so Dingler went out to talk to DC about this. Let's see where they go first. It's a fastball. It's receiver high. It's at 93.
I'm out of it.
Yeah, we were just looking at each other, trying to figure out that conversation, why Dylan Dingler went out there, and it could have been a little bit about giving Casey a little bit of a blow from covering first with that ball hit over Spencer Torkelson. Casey's going to run over to first base, and because of that pitch clock, never ticking so fast, they wanted to give Casey just that little extra blow. That's exactly it's a great point. I mean, Terrence Google, as well conditioned and as successful of a pitcher in the last couple of years, I mean, there are times where he said, yeah, man, like Roger Dink, they're very aware when I need somebody to come out. Yeah, they'll call them out. You know, like, I'm tired. Come out. Popped up. Right side of the infield, Ramirez skies it. McKinstry catches it. We're halfway home with the Tigers up 4.
All right, Tigers. Wow. Marlins go out here in the top of the 5th. Here comes the Tigers to bat in the bottom of the 5th. Tigers are up 5-1. Hey, Tim, how you going? That's going good.
So tomorrow, visit a participating market location and get a free small order of curly fries.
Yeah, 3 small orders of curly fries.
5-1 in this game. Everybody clapping along. No, that's not you. You can't have that. Probably 19 years too soon. Just gonna say. All right. Come on, Wetzel. Just want him to get those hits. At least not coming up with his, pressure on him. So, yeah, he's as fevered.
Did you get your mellow yellow? No.
And of course, Terrence Scoop will take a loss in Minnesota. He's going to be very, very angry. That's going to be a heck of a game. Sandy Alcantara won the Cy Young in 2022, just 4 years ago. He's kind of been up and down, trying to find it again, and has early this year to be the ace for the Marlins that they're looking for. Yeah, just already has a Maddox, in his San Diego Padres. 6. Yeah. We have the next year in 23 is can't get his sinker and slider combination get loose. Three call. 2 down. So here comes Dylan Dinkler, who had the catcher's interference call that prolonged the third inning. And to be clear, by the way, it was well called by the third base umpire, Lance Barrett. I initially thought it might have been a foul ball by the reaction. He called it fair, and the reason he called it fair is you can take the play if the result ends up being better than the interference call would have gotten you. So if the play umpire made the call, they didn't stop play because the result. Now Dylan was already taking off his shin guard in order to go ahead and take first base. But you can take the result of the play. If that gets thrown away, that ends up being multiple bases. You'd like to have run to first. Yeah, the offense always has the choice of taking the better advantage play. And you're right, if that sails down the line, the third base line, everybody can just pinwheel around the bases. It's a bit like when a penalty is called on a defense in hockey. Yeah, the goalie comes out, you get the extra attacker. That play continues until the defense has possession. But that, I mean, twice to Dylan Dinkler, we thought he was hit. Back to the mound, off of Junk. Junk recovers and throws the first. To the 6th we go. 5-1. Tigers. It's in his car. There were people there when they were hit. That's why we make reckless drivers and the insurance companies that defend them.
Moving to the top of the 6th. Tigers leading 5-1 over the Marlins. Well, we're up 5-1.
Tigers baseball on Detroit Sportsnet is brought to you by Steel. Find your local Steel dealer at steelusa.com. And by Wallside Windows, local and family-owned, celebrating 82 years as Michigan's leader in replacement windows. Casey Mize through 5 has a 5-1 lead for the Tigers. Will play into the 6th, and you can barely find a cloud in the sky in downtown Detroit. It's the anniversary of the opener at American Park back in 2000. And the Tigers, 26 years ago today, this beautiful ballpark opened. On a snowy day. I was here, I remember it well. There's no way they were going to cancel that game. Ice pellets out the outfield. It was chilly.
Hicks is at bat now for the Marlins.
I remember trying to get anything warm to drink, and it was new, and so some of the concession stands were not fully equipped, so there was not, I don't think, hot chocolate, coffee, things like
Out number one
Now a message from Rally House.
for the Marlins.
The season starts at Rally House. From jerseys and hats to tumblers for game day, it's where outrageous selection meets every fan's style.
It has felt like the Marlins have swung early in this series quite a bit. There have been some quick at bats. And Miami came into this game second in terms of lowest first pitch swing rate in all of Major League Baseball. The Marlins have been first pitch takers for the most part this year, and look at it there. This series has been different. And you know that the Tigers, they stress that first pitch strikes. You know, so you wonder if, okay, these Tiger pitchers are going to come right at you with first pitch strikes. Cater Montero and Casey Mize have done that today. Cater was really high. I think he was at 71 yesterday. Casey's right around league average, around 63, 64%. But I'm just surprised all the fastballs by Casey and Cater. And I guess that they're saying that they're going to swing early and they're going to give us an out. I mean, challenge them right away. Challenge them with your best pitch. Challenge them with those fastballs. Playing right into the hands of the Tigers. Rolled to short. McGonigal. High throw. He is safe.
Oh, he's safe.
Beats it out of McGonigal. Uncorked a wild one. And that E6 will put a runner on. Yesterday, I thought he was really patient. So, I mean, completely flipped around. There's another first pitch swing. This one tailing into right field, into the corner. Marlins can't get there. That's a fair baseball. And the Marlins are going to start the carousel. That went up and over, and so it's going to be a double. It'll be second and third. Wenzel pointing to where the ball ended up. And so AJ Hinch is going to come out. We'll see what the umpires say about this. Where the ball disappeared into that shadowy corner. Wenzel put his arms up. And AJ's going to argue. Trying to get the runner back to second and third. Yeah. Let's see what they say. Watch where the ball ends up here. That is a fair ball, and then it goes up over the top, I believe. It touched Wenzel's glove, I think. It did. Yeah, it's in the stands. I mean, let's see what they say. This should be second and third. Yeah, they're going to the back. Yeah, that should be second. They were high-fiving each other like the run was scored, and I was a little surprised at that. AJ's going to go to the. I mean, there was the one in Minnesota where the ball launches. You have to put your hands up. Right. So when the ball disappears into row 7, you don't have to say, hey, I can't get to it. You need a step ladder and an electrician. Second and third, 5-1 your score when we come back.
When choosing the right gear to cut, trim, or mold your yard, Ace has all the power you need to get the job done right. Because gas or battery, your local Ace is the destination with the best power brands all under one roof, like Steel, Eco,
What?
Craftsman, and Toro. And with free
Am I gonna do what? AE Dula? What's that? The hell is that? What's AE Duba or whatever?
The championship celebration starts here. Rep your team and celebrate the moment with official championship gear at Rally House. Shop an outrageous selection of Michigan gear in-store or online at your local Rally House.
2/3 for Casey Mize today. He's ran a couple of runners to lead for Drew Anderson in the 6th. 5 on himself through 5, and now Drew on behalf of KC5, their wall side window pitching change. Anderson against Paulie, the left-hander.
Drew Anderson's now in pitching for the Tigers.
Last pitch on Monday, and it was his best outing as a Tiger. And AJ Hinch, much like Anderson in that kick change, in this at-bat to try to keep those two runners right there where they are. Strand them right there, get the Tigers back in the dugout. There's a curveball that marches in for a strike from Anderson.
Yeah, I'm doing AEW tomorrow.
Once to third and once to first. Well down the line at third. This tapper ripples foul.
Foul ball.
1-2 on Paulie. There's that kick change that Drew Anderson's known for. You can see the kind of uncomfortable looking swing, just tap foul. But Anderson on Monday went 3 innings, gave up just a couple of hits and a run, but had 4 strikeouts. Really trying to finish that game. And couldn't quite do it, but that was by far his best outing. He looked like he was in complete control, had all his pitches working, and that was that miserable, uncomfortable day. You know, it's one of those starts in Minneapolis where, as you think about it as a pitcher, it's like, now I'm going to throw 4 or 5 good ones, right? But he's right back on the horse with one good one. That's all you can do on a given day. As this goes off the mound, McGonigal is short. On target this time, getting over. Marlins are finished in the 6th.
Well, Marlins go out but leave 2 stranded. Moving to the bottom of the 6th. Tigers lead the Marlins 5-1.
It bothered us too that your employees weren't taking full advantage of their retirement plans, so Vanguard created something to give them a little nudge. Vanguard's AI engine analyzes 35 million data points to prompt each employee their next best action. It's called Vanguard Well on Your Way, and it's why 87% of employees took action to improve their financial well-being. Let's get back to 100%. Vanguard, discipline that delivers.
A century ago, our founders made a promise to always take care of their own. That promise is still at the heart of everything we do. Why our members know we'll do what's right. USAA, taking care of our own. G'day, long legs, and diving catches. If that's your season tickets, I do. You know what else is that flipping awesome? You want that plane through the air sort of feeling? Then you have to call so they can help you save money on car repairs. And you hate saving money if possible. People still like car rock. Plus, they've been around for over 20 years. That's older than those roots. Get off the fence and calling and the way they handle pitchers very, very serious. So you've got to have that buy-in from these catchers. You see him look in there, he gets the sign, then looks at it on his wrist, the chart on his wrist, and then puts down the sign. And goes to pitch count and give him the sign. And it's, you know, are they trying to teach the catcher something? Are they trying to teach the pitcher something? What are they basing? You know, is it a computer generated, model that they're calling those pitches from based on counts in the pitcher on the mound? So what did Lance have to say when you talked to him? I mean, he hated the idea, because again, he takes it so serious. He's saying, you know what, I'm 2 feet back of that hitter. Chopper to second base.
Chopper to second.
Round number 1.
Out number 1.
I know what
Here at the bottom of the 6th.
and this is from his book that came out. And Sparky Anderson, you know what came out when they started doing it for us in 1981. Either we had the dumbest pitchers in the league, or there's another problem. And Lance took that as, well, wait a minute, are all the pitchers stupid, or is it me? So So Lance kind of charged in there and said, well, why are you doing this? Carpenter takes one in the back.
Oh, Carpenter got hit.
All right.
So he's on base.
So let me play devil's advocate here. If I might. Yeah. So offensive coordinators in football are the ones calling plays because quarterbacks can't see the whole picture necessarily of sequencing and all of that, right? So you're separate. Sometimes I'm going to put watching from above the all 22 camera. What if? And I'm not saying I believe necessarily that this is the way to go, but you could see that maybe people get hypercharged in the moment because they are confused, and you could have some success with a separate, agnostic, emotionally party. I see the football analogy. Now, I didn't play football, but it makes sense to me to look over above and see exactly what defenses are being played and what the alignment is. But I mean, you're in the dugout, you're off to the side, and the catcher is 2 feet behind the hitter. What's he doing in the box? You know, is he moving up? Is he getting closer to the plate? Is he getting closer to the pitcher? You know what? Hey, I think the slider is a great pitch. Well, the catcher is catching it and saying, this slider stinks. You know, but if a computer says, hey, that's the pitch you should throw in this situation, based upon, okay, it's his best pitch, and here's the hitter. But that particular day, it might not be, and that's where the catcher comes in and says, you know what, this hitter is moving, the hitter is looking for it, and the pitch is not good for them. It might be later on in the game, but right now it's not. So maybe they're taking it out of the catcher so they can concentrate on hitting too. Could be. That's ball 4, 2 on, 1 out. Yeah, my longtime college football broadcast partner, Brock Hewitt, used to say life is trade-offs.
They got 2 on with 1 out.
His favorite saying, life is trade-offs. The Marlins, it feels like, are trying to use a trade-off of seeing it bigger picture and believing that there's like a proper mix of pitches for a guy to throw, and then using that as value rather than what their catchers are doing in the moment. But you know, the trade-off there is if you're a catcher who takes pride in what they do behind the plate, I don't know that I'm going to sign there as a free agent. And that's a totally fair thing for catchers to say. Right? Or when Ramirez becomes a free agent, you know, and is he going to be sought after by another team? Saying, well, wait a minute, this guy has had pitches called for him. What's he know about calling a game? And we've heard it in college baseball forever, right? When guys come off college programs where they're not calling their own pitches, that's the first question scouts ask is, can he call a game? That's where the development comes in the minor leagues. And, you know, I don't know if they're doing it down in the minor leagues, but, you know, that's where you learn how to handle a pitching staff. But, I mean, you know, they could just say, you know, it's Ramirez, we want you to concentrate on just your offense. We don't want you to think about anything other than just don't come get the sign and put it down.
Hey, Kerry, how you doing?
1-2. That's a swing and a miss. At strike 3, McKinstry is out.
Nah, McKinstry's out. 2 out now for the Tigers.
But I know what part of that line
Yeah,
is.
we'll hang it in here.
Is you got to throw with conviction, like you say. Could you avoid accidents by having a third?
Getting close to the end of school year. Oh, okay.
I still want to say, I was you're the analyst and the pitcher. Dude, that is a perfect role for you to want final say twice, you know. But the catcher could also look over there and get that sign and like, I don't like that. You know, I mean, eventually, I'd like to see them, you know, have the ability to throw what they want to. And there could be decoy signs. Exactly. No, exactly, 100%. It's fascinating. I mean, to draw that level of
Kids have
attention,
been all crazy getting beat up a lot. Wow, man, sorry to hear that.
because one of their coaches came from Miami. That's a wraparound strike 3, and Beerling is out. And the inning
Well, Tigers, man, they leave two stranded at the end of 6. Tigers are leading the Marlins 5-1.
Sonic All-American Smash Your Lineup. And smash patties make things. Always make your order, served hot off the grill. It's classic American cheeseburger leveled up. Order the Sonic app today for $0 delivery fee. Live free, eat Sonic. Tigers 2026 season is off and running, and if you can't make it out to Comerica Park, stream the game live with a subscription to your new home for Detroit Sports. Detroit Sportsnet presented by Bet365. Subscription includes the Tigers all-season long with Red Wings starting this fall, subject to national exclusivities. Terms and conditions apply. Don't miss a minute of the action. Subscribe by visiting tigers.tv now.
Is that how you've been feeling?
Bottom of an inning, you get a baseball tournament as a whole.
I'm feeling good today.
Yesterday, that it's been enlarged by 100%.
Yeah, I actually learned that it's 6 feet in diameter because I was out there and I'm like, I feel like it's about as tall as me, but it's actually taller. So,
Is it really?
I just enjoy being up here
all that, right?
streaming.
I would call it the diameter.
Yeah, that's right. You're right.
You look like you're going to jump in when you're
I
doing
really wanted to, but I had my boots on yesterday, but I didn't want to risk.
the boots that Andy Dirks picked out for you. Ground ball to short, and McGonigal takes care of out number 1. Hernandez out for the first time today.
Without reason.
What's that?
I said you had a part in taking out those boots, by the way.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, you letting Andy and me pick out your wardrobe in any way is bound to be a disaster.
So many people love those boots, though.
Is that right?
They make me pretty tough.
You look like a sheriff's deputy. Because Paddock was pitching, they call him the sheriff. You know?
Right?
Ball 1 to Marcy. Did you ever find the 500 people? Danielle, I know I'm putting you on the spot.
No, that's okay. I actually just went over to one of the sections where they're sitting, but they are spread out all over the ballpark. Some of them got seats for this game, so they're everywhere.
That's
But
cool.
there's a big group out in the section down in the first base line.
Or that just general vicinity down the line over there.
Want the section? Can you go visit them?
No, I'm not going to go on a wild fanatic chase. No, Andrew was just showing the first base line off our beautiful wire cam there.
He's good at following everything we say.
That takes a village.
So,
2-1. You see the Marcy jersey out there in the crowd. 3 balls and a strike to Jacob. For his first hit of the series. You would imagine the lineup would change tomorrow somewhat with Scooble, the left-hander, on the mound. The Tigers don't know what a left-handed
Yeah, here.
starter looks like.
I've been getting it. Throwing lately.
Marcy, he wanted to get the picture with Verlander, right? You did. Danielle would get that done.
See, I know.
I don't think you ran into JD this morning.
JD threw a bullpen today, so he was not in the clubhouse when we were in there. But I put it in enough people's ears that I feel like it could still happen tomorrow.
You have.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, Jacob Marcy, if you missed it yesterday, Daniela reporting that he wanted to
It's just people just want to be jerks. They don't have, they don't have anything better to do with their lives. Their lives are miserable. Maybe if they get out there and do something with their lives, it'll be better. I'll just keep, yeah, I will. All right, you too. Take care. Hey, hello, Emily. Hey, I didn't know if you know or not, Tim, but Jeremiah cat passed away the other day. That's what he's been called. No, he's been calling, saying, take me out to the ball. Nah, sorry to hear about his kitty.
Marlins go to the bullpen. Michael Peterson in after John King threw a scoreless sixth. Peterson, tall drink of water, the right-hander, 22 pitches on Wednesday. There was a lot of fastballs to left-handers. And picked up his first career save on that game in Cincinnati on the 8th. From both side windows, pitching change, and he goes fastball there to McGonigal. Push straight over the top. Create that big downward angle. Kevin goes up for that fastball and skies it to right. Casey makes the catch, and there's one away.
I got to run for real. All right, take it easy.
It's so nice to see this early in the season. You know, you get that big opening day crowd, and then, you know, it takes a while, but this early, just what, the fifth game? Game number 5 in all this year. As we take a look at the on-deck hitter, sponsored by C&L Award. It is Colt Keith getting ready for the third at bat of this inning after McGonigal flies out to right now. Wetzel Perez looking for that first hit, and he has to sidestep a wayward changeup. That 4-seam fastball from Peterson, that's averages 97 miles an hour.
What? Joe just scored a 3-pointer on his TikTok live stream. Cool.
Been a streaky year so far for the Tigers. They win the first 2, lose the next 4, win 2 in a row, lose 5 in a row, win yesterday, up 5-1 today.
I'm moving to the 8th inning.
It's my father's name and his father's name too. But why should they?
Tigers are
Because every day
up 5-1 over the Marlins.
Hey, stick the Berkey advantage. No better lawyers. This spring, get your landscape back in shape. And fit for the whole family. Save on legendary steel equipment. Shop in store and online.
Top of the 8th inning. Tigers are up 5-1 over the Marlins. Got him. Got him. Now one away for the Marlins.
Yeah, that was just almost looked like it right up the end had that side spin on it. Yeah, that took a hop over to the left of Cole Pete, but it spun inside the grass, and he had to make a little maneuver over that to stick his glove out. Fine running play. One down for Otto Lopez. Got 2 doubles today, but a big first out for Drew Anderson, trying to soak up some innings to bridge the gap between here and the 9th, and he has been really good so far.
Dude, they'll just leave it at the damn door.
I was just going to say the same thing about this is exactly why they got Drew Anderson. If he wasn't going to start, it was to do this role right here, not come in and pitch an inning.
They can always leave it at the damn door.
Just that. He did it in Minnesota, and now he's doing exactly that. And this is where
No, I don't want any of that. I like that mellow yellow.
popped up short center field and playable for Meerling for out number 2. Here's a message from Tiger Law for you. If you've been injured in an auto accident, take Tiger Law your first call. Tiger Law. All we do is win. Well, you know what? You're not going to be here tomorrow, so all we do is win. How many people that makes happy every time you do it? Like just to kind of send you off, you know. Thinking, what am I going to see? You know, right back on Tuesday. You know, but I'll miss you tomorrow. Miss you. Go off to wherever it is you're going, and you're oh my God, I don't miss that guy. He's scratching the door away for me to come back. Dan Dickerson will be in tomorrow. You guys will have a great time calling school overs. His own it's going to be great. Yeah. You're in great shape. Dan Dickerson Sundays is a holiday. Dan Dicker Sundays. Yeah. Yep. And double dance. You know, say birthday. I mean, good luck coming. Yeah. Not us. Nobody would ever. Or 2. It's not looking like a way of 1-2 for Owen PC. The Tigers have kept without a hit so far in the series. He didn't want to, but he went around. Strike 3. Drew Anderson's been nails today. How about that?
All right. The Marlins go out in order here at the top of the 8th. Here comes the Tigers batting the bottom of the 8th. They're up 5-1 over the Marlins.
Style or substance. Somehow it became one or the other. But there is another choice. Not stopping until you have everything in the GMC Sierra.
Yeah, that way you can send Joe a case of sugar-free, zero sugar, mellow yellow, because he's got a birthday coming up. Yeah, you can get me a case, and I get the Big J Man a case.
Yeah, it's not working. You love it.
Okay. How's my car?
Car shield knocked your repair bill right out of the park.
That'd be nice.
Oh, me too.
That nice day. I can get season tickets.
For my jersey, or even this picture of me playing t-ball as a kid. Hey, can I catch a ride? First hot dog, no me.
Deal. Contact us.
Oh, very expensive.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Detroit Tigers and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. The accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Detroit Tigers. Back here to Comerica Park, Tigers try to add on to an already standing 5-1 lead in the game. Dylan Dinkler leads off and grounds the ball to third. Right at Paulie for out number one, and we invite you to bring friends, family, colleagues, teammates, and everyone you know to Comerica Park this season for an unforgettable experience.
Now, number one for the Tigers.
2026 season. Learn more at tigers.com/groups. Bring everybody you know. We got places for them. Come hang out with us. Marcy brought 500 of them. Hey, did our house is your house here at Comerica Park. Ball one to Riley Green. Beautiful views to the outfield. Statues out there and the retired jersey numbers. It's imperative that the Tigers get a base runner here against the new pitcher Bender, because we just missed the Casa Grande High School reunion when the Cardinals were in town. Justin Rule in the Cardinals bullpen wasn't left to face Spencer Torkelson, being a lefty throwing the Torts right-handed bat. But Bender is from the same high school, and in Torts' brother's class, they were classmates at Casa Grande High School. And Torts would be the fourth batter up in this inning. Swinging and misses. Somewhere, somebody in the development office for the Gauchos at Casa Grande, they need this to happen. Yes, yes, I'm with you. Torch saying the same thing. Hey, we need a base runner. Come on. Because of the high school connection. That goes over well in the dugout. Hey guys, my brother was in the same class as him, so come on. We need this. Do this for us. Yep, that's what you and Michael Cadell are talking about. Yeah, I don't know for his count for balance. Hey, what have you got in chemistry? I'll ask my brother. 2-2 on Green from Bender. The three guys in the same high school in the big league, they all run into each other. They had the first handful of series this year. Fouled away by Riley. Few people are getting their fill here. We got Green, we got foul ball. Green gets 2-2. Free ball. Right. Riley Green has driven in 4 of the 5 runs today for the Tigers. Second of the game. Take it. He's going to get how excited he's going to be. Just love it when he goes down to warm up before the game and the crowd stands and applauds. It's going down to the bullpen, and when he's coming in, they're applauding. And that doesn't, the other dugout doesn't see that, you know. And when he's coming in, breathing fire, walking in, stalking, like, oh boy, you got the angry lefty. Right. Gary Carpenter flies this ball to very shallow right. Casey Stan
Now number 2 now for the Tigers.
Back again, the Battle of Casa Grande, which you could probably convince somebody was an actual battle and a war. It sounds like it, the Battle of Casa Grande, just north of San Francisco, Petaluma, California, Casa Grande High School. Bender and Torkelson. First one, inside ball 1 to Tork. I just have to say this. Tried that Bender on the inside part of the plate and just missed. Tork trying to use that rotational movement that you can call torque. Hit a ball a long way. Let her go, but that's an easy stolen base.
Got him. Oh, he's safe.
No chance for Ramirez behind the dish that time. So Riley with a really good job to pick the right pitch to run on it. Just need that big 2-out hit again. Just love these add-on runs anytime you can get them. One and one. Oh, he getting that big time. Pass Ramirez. Riley Green coasts into third.
All right, Riley Green coasts the third base on a wild pitch.
Singer just held on too long. Look at how far outside this is. Now, I wonder, they called that pitch. I don't think they had that in mind. Taking it right. You can see that the whole way. 2-1. And he lands that one. Now we're going to get a challenge, I believe. Yeah, Torque's going to challenge this. It's an ABS challenge presented by Finer Law. It's either 2-2 or 3-1. We'll see if Torque's right. Oh, it's a strike. Those stickers are tough for batters. Well, especially when you see one 6 feet outside, right? Then that one comes back just about as nasty as you can throw one. That's a good challenge. You're up 5-1 in the 8th. You can't redeem them for dinner tonight, so you might as well use them. 2-2. In the air, center field, Marcy on the charge. He lays out and he
Drops in, base hit. Tigers get another run with a drop in. 6-1. Tigers now lead the Marlins.
that made a full Marcy out there. That sweeper on the outside part of the plate, right off the end of the bat. And Marcy probably just kind of stood right there. Torque was like, oh, man. And that just froze him, and then just no way you can catch up to it. Big add-on run. Here it is again. And it doesn't
I just sent Dr. Pepper via door.
just that split second, and that's the difference between him being able to pick that off the grass.
It'll be cheaper for me to drive the back. Oh, yeah.
A little bit more. One line driver, two drop formation, another bad drop by Rosa Wade. Will allow Zach McKinstry to score. Base hit down the left field line off the bat of Jones.
Wow, y'all isn't available in Michigan. I know. That sucks.
If your car is hit by a semi-truck, you don't stand a chance. The result is devastating. Make Fire Law your first call and get the justice you deserve. Fire Law. All we do is win. Tigers baseball on Detroit Sportsnet is presented by your Metro Detroit Buick GMC dealers and by Fire Law.
Wow, I'm hint, hint. This is a hint to Emlet to send me and Joe two cases of Mellow Yellow, zero sugar, Mellow Yellow. Well, I'll just send one case. And me and him will share it. No, sorry, don't disappoint everyone. It was his mom. Ah, sorry to hear that, dude. Oh, one out walk to Paulie. Oh, one.
serious out there. And Hernandez going to make him think a little bit about this pitch.
Ignore us if you don't.
Call a second timeout. No, I think.
Well, I don't know what to do.
That's what Malachi Moore's thinking. Okay, so yeah. 3-2. Ollie at first. Swing and a minute strike three.
I got him.
Right by him. And
2 down now for the Marlins.
2 down. Good fastball from Drew Anderson. That had a little bit of cheese on that one. At the top of the strike zone, and watch it kind of explode up there. Stays true. Doesn't
I'm not ignoring you.
right by him. Come on, one more out. Pick up that save.
Now, hey, there you go, Bigfoot. You live in Minnesota. You can send me a case of that mellow yellow zero sugar. Mellow yellow. Yeah, you live in Minnesota. Send me a case. You whippersnapper.
Everybody who wasn't standing on the last pitch gets up now. Anderson to the local front, Marcy. 1-2. Stolen base for Paulie.
I do that there. Well, yeah.
Force play out.
Well, send me a case.
1-2 from Anderson. No, he wants it. Yeah, 101 up to 96. And you see that just like we showed Casey Mize earlier in the game, that right side coming through just to get that little bit extra whole body behind that last fastball. 2-2. That's hammered in the air down the right field line. And foul.
Why do you want mellow yellow so bad?
Marcy wanted his
You like-
first hit to be off.
No, I like that mellow yellow. I thought that was good.
Lots of folks wearing Marcy gear. Would have loved that. The Tigers will thank their lucky stars that it's foul. And it started fair right off the bat. And just took foul.
No, it's not.
Get changed down and away. For Drew Anderson. Another foul. Boy, he's trying to get that fastball by him, too. Two again. Popped up. Left to ball. Tingler on the move. He runs out of real estate. Well, you have to assume how diehard of a Tigers fan he was. Jacob Marcy, one of those kids who never left until the final out. He is being that again in this ballpark, but in a uniform rather than somebody else's jersey. He's got a lot of people in the stands that want to see him do something too. And
I don't want no other soda. I want that mellow yellow.
back-to-back change-ups.
Now get on the ball, my genies, and do what you gotta do.
Another foul ball. That fastball by him. They like to, a lot of times they like to double up.
Get on the ball, my genies, and do what you gotta do.
Just fouled off. Like to go back to that fastball. See the kitchen sink. Marcy has from Anderson. Drew's ready with a 2-2. One more time. Popped up. Back to ball. No chance.
Oh!
Tigers games, and every once in a while maybe boo somebody for restlessness. It's booed for a very long at bat. It's number 12 coming to Marcy. Oh man! Yeah, this is a standoff. What Drew Anderson just staring into. He's quite a competitor. It's number 13. Number 14. I mean, Drew Anderson has been away from the U.S. in baseball for 4 years. Japan, South Korea, plying his trade to get back onto a major league mound. So he's certainly not going to back down. And he wants this bad. I mean, this is insane.
God, this dude keeps fouling the pitches off. Finally! That was a show. Wow, Tigers come away with a win over the Marlins today. 6-1, the final. Well, everybody, I want to say thank you very much for coming into this live stream. I really appreciate it. Hope everybody out there has a wonderful and enjoyable rest of this Saturday. Until my next live, y'all take it easy. Have a good one.